Hey everybody, what's going on? Hey, it's James, back again, just hanging out on a Saturday early day, just listening to records. I don't know what else is there to do, right? Listen to records. It's the only thing I really like to do, whatever that means. But yeah, now I wanted to talk about some free jazz things that I've picked up recently, and it kind of got me thinking that, um, or it didn't get me thinking, but I've just been feeling that, uh, maybe just because I'm older or whatever, but I've always liked free jazz, and something lately I feel like I've, so to speak, turned a corner on it where I understand it more. It makes more sense to me, but I just feel it more. I connect to it more, and maybe simply I just enjoy it more. I always liked it, but I'm just connecting to that improv type of thing more lately, and so yeah, I'll show a couple Japanese things that I've picked up, and the first one is this Itaro Oki Quartet live 1975 in Japan, um, on the No Business label. Um, this is, maybe it could be, we get in these categories, and they could, we're pattern seeking creatures, right? And we want things to fit in the categories. Is it free? Is it, spiritual? Is it stoner rock? Is it psych rock? Whatever these things are. But this has a, it's almost like a quiet free jazz, if that's how I think about it, because of the drumming, especially. It's like a softer drumming. It's not as propulsive and dissonant as a lot of other things, maybe in the free jazz category. So it gives it, there's more. It's more immediate, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but this is this is a really really nice record. I Just to tell you a quick story about this, I had seen this online and seen this photo about a year ago, maybe more, and something about that photo, it just captivated me. I mean, just look at that. You want to get it just because of that shot. Beautiful photography, and but I forgot about it. I didn't write it down or anything. And then Sherv, aka Julius Jabbar, he had picked up this album in on his record run in London recently and showed it, and I go, oh yeah, that's the thing I wanted. So it was available online. I ordered it, and this is an incredible album. So yeah, it's Itaro Oki Quartet live 1975. Really really nice one. And then the other Japanese thing in the free jazz category is this one. It's live at Little John in Yokohama, 1999. It's listed as just four cats on the cover, but this is, I imagine, the leader of that quartet, and it's Mototiro Tagayi, and he plays tenor. But again, it's one of these things where I had seen the photo online or the album online, and just because of that shot, look at that intensity. Um, and I just went for it. This is not to compare, but compared to the Oki, this one has a lot more fire to it. Um, yeah, it was recorded September 1999 at Little John, which I imagine is a club in Yokohama. Um, Photos, I know I've said this before, there's no such thing as a blind buy. Um, there's information sometimes, but there's emotional information. And with a photo like that, you have to get it. Yeah, it's a quartet. This is smoking. No Business label also is that one. Um, and then so yeah, I was listening to a bunch of that stuff, and then this morning, something, I don't know, spoke to me where I was just thinking about, you get records, and there's things you really like, and then you put them away. Um, and then you kind of forget. So I wanted to pull out some things that I really enjoyed on my initial listenings, and revisit. And I'm talking about some recent things over the last 4, 6, 7 months, whatever it may be. And so yeah, I pulled a few of these out and listened to them. This one is a great one. This is the Russell Sextet. This is called, and it's with Harry Beckett, and this is called Forget to Remember, Live Volume 2, 1970. And it has, so with Harry Beckett, I think he was originally from Barbados, and I think then he spent most of his life, or the rest of his life, as a musician in London. Most of you guys know Harry Beckett, and it has a some pretty heavyweights in the British jazz scene. Tony Roberts on sax, Nick Evans on trombone, especially. Recorded at the Aeolian Hall in London, January 2nd, 1970. This is, again, with these categories, I wouldn't call this free. There's improvisational for sure. But what's interesting is it says file under British progressive jazz. And that almost puts it in a nice way to think about it. It's pushing the limits. There's still a compositional quality to it, but there's lots of improv going on as well. And Ray Russell on guitar, man, he's not ripping like a McLaughlin, just tearing it up, but in a jazzy way. He's taking like a jazzy sort of foundation and taking it many different places. Great record. Highly recommended. Sorry about that one. Ray Russell Sextet is that one, and this is on the Jazz in Britain series or label. jazzinbritain.org is that one. And then a few other things I was listening to that I was kind of pulling out from the archives that I wanted to revisit. And then one is this Hania Ronnie, live from Studio 2 in Warsaw. This is on the Gondwana label. It's Matthew Halsall, the British musician. It's his label, and I really like that label. They put out a lot of jazz, world, experimental electronic music. I don't necessarily like all of it, but it's all very fresh to me. That's the one thing I think about that label. It's very fresh music, but not sanitized. There's a lot of depth to it. And so Hania Ronnie, she's a Polish pianist. This one is great. It's not just your standard solo piano record. It has almost like a cinematic quality to it. Contemplative, of course, but there's extra flavorings to it. She plays a little synth on here as well. Yeah, great record. I can't botch that name. Hania Ronnie, live from Studio 2 in Warsaw, and this was released in 2021, and I think it may have been recorded that year, maybe earlier. But yeah, really nice one. Gondwana. I always screw up, pronouncing that label, but it's very fresh music. Yeah, that one, and just a few more that I was listening to this morning that again, things I wanted to revisit. Talk about good cover shots. Look at that one there. And this is Com Messeline, French bass player. This is just solo bass. There is some percussion on here that adds nice touches, but it's mostly solo bass music. It's on the Heavenly Sweetness label, and very beautiful music. Yeah, I don't really can ramble about it. It's different. Sometimes the solo bass stuff, sometimes you think, well, how much can they really do with that? But the creativity is outstanding on this one. You're listening to it and thinking, like, where can this go? What else can it do? What else can it bring to me? And this is a really nice one. And this is called, I screwed up, I didn't tell you the name of it. It's Phantoms Futures on the Heavenly Sweetness label. And there's the title right there. And this came out last year, I believe. But yeah, just solo bass, really cool record. And then the last thing I broke out this morning, again, I liked it upon initial listening, forgot about it, put it away, and looking through the stacks, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to revisit that. And it's this one, and I'll always botch the name. It's the legendary Brazilian musician Vinicius de Moraes, and this is called La Fusa, and it's with, there you go, and it's with Maria Cruza and the guitar player who's known just as Toquinho, Toquinho. And this is live in Rio de Janeiro, 1970. I'm not a bossa nova guy. A lot of bossa nova is could be kind of schmaltzy and boring. And I can't really remember exactly what compelled me to get this. I think it was on Dusty Groove, and just reading about it, and again, I'm a sucker for good cover shots, so look at that intensity, and maybe there was something about the description just pulled me in, but beautiful live recording too, really good live recording, lots of fidelity going on with this one. So yeah, it's nice to have a bossa nova thing. I don't have much, if at all. Maybe this might be maybe the only one I have now. Gotten rid of a lot of that stuff, like years ago. Stan Getz and all that kind of crap. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show some records that I was listening to this morning, but especially talk about the free jazz stuff, because I don't know if it's an evolution or what in me, but the older I get, and maybe I just said this at the beginning of the video, I can't remember aging, but the older I get, the clearer it becomes that most things in life don't make sense. Maybe I already said this, I don't know. I'm getting old, man. But, we still got records. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the classic James ramblings. All right, take it easy. Later.